guys, welcome back to part 2 of my, I guess, mini two-part series or whatever of a little bit of an explanation and my plans for the future on basically why I've been more quiet musically the past few years, and my plans moving forward, what I want to achieve. If you missed the first video, definitely go check it out because I went super in depth with the whole explanation of where I've been. In short, a little bit of a recap. Basically, I got diagnosed with lupus a few years ago, which is an autoimmune disease, and one of the things I feel from it, and I don't know if it's specific to lupus or maybe I have something else I don't know about, but one of the things I feel most is like I always have a lack of energy. I feel like the life's been sucked out of me. It sucks, man. I always feel like I'm just like dragging my feet through every day, and it's difficult. So anyways, if you want an in-depth explanation and all that, to hear about all that, go check out that video. I also talked about my gaming channels. I'm a huge gamer, and I've created gaming channels in the midst of being diagnosed with lupus because I felt like there wasn't a lot I could do that was productive, and I wanted to take something else I was passionate about that did not involve a lot of physical energy, like playing an instrument or singing, that entailed creating gaming content, which thankfully I've had some moderate success over my gaming channels. Both of my channels, I have one that's like exclusive to Nintendo and one that's everything else that's not Nintendo, because I'm a huge Nintendo fan. So I wanted my own channel for Nintendo. I also stream on Twitch, but both of my gaming YouTube channels have about 16,000 subscribers. Not huge channels, but big enough that I've earned a few extra bucks, and I've been able to kind of expand on my, I don't know if you'd call it a studio. I guess it's like a home studio, but it's not like a formal studio. And I'm going to show you guys really quick. I'm going to make another video once I've cleaned up everything, because it's a mess. I want to take you guys through a little bit of a tour. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I do want to show you guys a couple things that I've invested in. So has it been a year already? 9 months? 8 months? I don't know. I got this like keyboard piano, Yamaha I don't know what it's called, P125 or 105. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. Touch sensitive keys, so the harder you push it reacts. Amazing. I've gotten so much better at keyboard, piano, whatever you want to call it, ever since I got this thing. I love playing the keys. I'm not that great still, but I think I've improved a lot from when I started. Of course, my two babies over there, my acoustic guitar and my electric guitar. You've seen in many videos. I got a bass that's right behind it. It's a P bass. Again, I'll take you guys through a tour in a different video, but it's a Mexican P bass, so it's kind of like an intermediate Fender precision bass. Pretty decent bass. I've gotten this TLM 102 microphone, Neumann TLM 102, which is amazing. Got an amazing deal from Long McQuaid here in Canada. That's where I do most of my shopping when it comes to music. So shout out to Long McQuaid. I've bought a couple of things, like my ukulele I got from Cosmo Music in Toronto. I'm not personally in Toronto, but my ukulele, it was actually going out of production. It's the same one Tyler Joseph from 21 Pilots uses. That's not why I got it. I just love the tone and the sound of it. And it was going out of production, so the only place that I could find it was Cosmo Music. So I got that from them, so that was really cool. I bought it. They didn't give it to me for free. That's not, kind of sounded like I was implying that I gave it to me for free or something. It's not the case. Anyways, great mic. I've been recording all of my acoustic EP on it, because that's basically what part of my plans are, is that I've been working on an acoustic EP, and it sounds great on acoustic instruments. It sounds great on that style of singing as well that I do on my acoustic stuff. So I've been using that microphone a lot for all of that. It's been phenomenal. But yeah, so the past couple months, I think I started like in December of 2019 working on this acoustic EP. But I haven't been working on it every single day. You gotta understand, like I said, I have gaming channels and I work hard on those as well. So I don't want to entirely give those up, but I also want to try to invest a lot more into my music, because music's always been my first love, my true, passion, if you will. Gaming's always been like kind of like my second passion, I guess you'd say. They're both two things I'm super passionate about, which is also going to lead me to another point in a second here. I'm going to actually be combining gaming and music, which I'll get to in a second. But the acoustic EP is going to feature 5 songs. 3 of them you guys have heard. They've already been on my YouTube channel here. They're a little bit older. And then 2 new ones. So I have 2 that I wrote in the past year or so, and they all kind of fit the same theme that I'm going for with this EP. It's going to be 5 songs. It's going to run around 25 minutes or so, just giving you an approximate estimate. I've done the bulk of the recording. I'm probably going to have to redo some stuff. I don't know. You know, I don't know if I'm entirely satisfied with the recordings yet. I'm in that process, right, where I've done, it could be done, the recording part. But even if the recording part is done, there's still the whole mixing process, which is going to be very lengthy, especially because I've been working very hard on trying to learn proper mixing techniques, like how to properly EQ and compress and you know, just certain things like that. One thing I'm trying to stay away from for sure, I don't want to start using that as like pitch correction. You know, I don't really want to go that route. I want to keep everything just real as far as the vocals go. Because I don't know, I just feel like I don't know, you know, I guess some people use it in certain instances. It's just something I don't really want to do. So I'm not going that route. Just basic processing, you know, like compression is just, if you guys don't know, compression is just basically to, you know, let's say you have a sound wave and there's like, you know, big spikes in sound waves and there's like little spikes. It's basically to just kind of try to smoothen that so it's all closer to the same wave form, wavelength, whatever. Not length, waveform, whatever. That's basically compression. You know, add a little bit of reverb to add kind of like a little bit of depth, you know, as if like it's echoing in a room. I have a little bit of natural reverb going on in this room because I don't really have it soundproofed and stuff. So I do have a little bit of that, but, you know, add a little bit, you know, just tweak the reverb. You can make that sound a little bit more open, you know, makes it open sounding. And then EQ is just a kind of like, for those of you guys who don't know, EQ is just basically to try to, you know, bring out certain parts of frequencies that you want. Like, let's say, like, you know, the higher frequency, maybe you want more of that, or maybe it's too, you know, scratchy sounding, so you want to bring that down a little bit, and maybe you want to sound a little bit more, you know, a little bit more full and warm, so you bring up maybe some of the lower end of the EQ, you know, things like that. Basic mixing, but it's just stuff that I feel like I don't really fully have a grasp over yet. I've learned a lot. I've watched countless hours on all these things, and I continue to do so, but I think it's going to take a lot of practice as well. So, you know, especially EQing. EQing is like the biggest thing right now that I'm trying to just really get right, because I think EQ is one of the most vital things probably to the mixing process, is to make sure that each instrument and each recording like kind of sits in its proper frequency, so that you don't have, you know, different recordings and different instruments and things that are fighting over the same frequencies, because then it just sounds like crap. You want them to all sit in a nice little pocket, you know, all beautiful and such. So anyways, that's my EP. I want to do a lot more covers, and this is where the gaming thing is about to kick in, is that I want to do more like band covers, you know, like I've been doing over the years, where I'll do covers of other bands, and you know, it could be acoustic stuff, or maybe I'll do like maybe just an electric guitar cover, maybe it's more of a vocal cover. I want to do more of that as well. I want to do more of my own music, like I just talked about, a lot more of my own music. I have so many songs I could honestly record. I have so many possibilities. You know, all kinds of styles. I got like heavier stuff. I got lots of acoustic stuff. I could record a full-length acoustic album on top of my acoustic EP probably, which I want to get to eventually, as well as like a heavier album. I have so many different, you know, things with my original music I want to do. I got so many possibilities. But with covers as well, I want to do more gaming, video game music covers. So right now I'm working on a couple different ones from the Legend of Zelda series, specifically Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. If you guys are video game fans, then you may be familiar with those you know, franchises. I'm sure everybody knows at least the Legend of Zelda. Come on, it's Zelda. If you don't know, well, I don't know. Then you don't know. But I'm really excited about that. One of them's turning out pretty well. One of the things is I got, so for those of you guys who are not really, you know, music savvy in terms of gear, I got something called an Axe Effects, which is basically like a guitar simulator. What that means, it doesn't fake guitar, by the way. That's kind of maybe what it sounds like. You still have to play the guitar yourself. But what it does is it allows me to replicate the sound of different guitar amps and pedals and different things like that without actually having to buy all those different guitar amps and pedals. So, for example, there's a sound in there from an amp called an EVA Eddie Van Halen 5150, which normally that kind of amp would cost you probably, you know, at least $1,500 roughly, give or take. That's probably Canadian currency. I don't know. A couple grand probably, right? But I can just replicate the sound, you know, and it's pretty true to you know, the sound of the original. A lot of people use the Axe FX. A lot of YouTube musicians use the Axe FX, whether it's the 2 or the 3 or whatever else. I got the 2 because it was cheaper and it was used. But it does the same thing pretty much. It does most of the same thing as the 3 for the most part. You know, same sounds for the most part. A lot of bigger bands use it. Like Metallica kind of mixes like an Axe FX, I believe, with their real amps. I think like John Petrucci from Dream Theater as well. Sinister Gates of Avenged Sevenfold uses an Axe FX. A lot of people actually use it, surprisingly. So that's a great device that I'm also trying to figure out. It's been a steep learning curve trying to get the right guitar tone out of it. I feel like it's a lot harder than just using a physical amp, but it's worth it in the end. The reason is it gives me more versatility. If you buy a certain amp, you get a certain sound, but if you buy something like this, then you can get different amp sounds and you know, for different doing different things. So that allows me to record various things on my own as far as electric guitar goes, and so that opens a possibility to many different things. So essentially, let me try to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what I'm trying to do musically in an umbrella. So as far as like music content and covers go, I would say, like, let's say if you take someone like Family Jewels. I don't know if you guys watch Family Jewels. He does a lot of video game music covers. Let's say you mix him with I don't know, maybe eventually I'll do other kinds of stuff like Jared Dines does, or like Music Is Win, or you know, those kind of channels as well. You know, maybe mix all those with like, you know, cover channels like Caleb Hiles, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. He does a lot of vocal cover stuff. Like all these different channels I'm thinking of, right? Like imagine like mixing, I guess, all of that mixed with like a lot of my own music. That's kind of like my idea. Does that make sense? If you guys have watched any of those channels, it's kind of like, again, probably not as much as like what Jared Dines does, because he does like a lot of more like kind of funnier videos. Maybe I'll do that eventually. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just trying to give you guys like an idea of like I guess YouTuber musician influences that I've watched, that I was like, you know, I like certain things from each of them, and you know, I want to try to make my own. So that's kind of, I guess, where my head's at. That's kind of my plans. Working on an EP right now. Hopefully I'll get it out to you guys sooner than later. Want to do a lot more music covers. I'm thinking of upgrading my camera to get, you know, better cinematic shots. I've been working a lot on getting better at editing, especially with my gaming videos. So I've learned a lot with editing. Still got a lot more to learn though. You know, I want to do more higher production stuff. At the same time, finding, you know, the time and balancing the time between it all is very difficult. Like I said, I stream on Twitch. I got my gaming channels, my music stuff. I want to do it all and maintain it all. And I just got to strike the right balance. And, you know, with all my health issues and in family life, and there's a lot. So that's kind of where my head's at. Is my plans. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment section below. I'll give you guys eventually you know, a tour, I guess, of my little mini studio now. Like I said, I've had the you know, the opportunity, if you will, to be able to upgrade certain pieces of equipment to give me more tools to use musically, and I'm really excited about that. So you know, it might still take time to get these things out. Like, these things are a lot of work, so keep that in mind. But you know, it's definitely things I'm working towards. How fast will I be able to release all of these things that I'm planning? I don't know. It's very hard to say, but it's things I want to do, and I just want you guys to know I do want to do all these things, and you can always find me somewhere online. I'm always active. If you're not seeing me upload here on my music channel, I'm like almost definitely uploading on my gaming channels, whether it's my main or my Nintendo one, or I'm live on Twitch, or I'm tweeting random stuff on Twitter at jskeleton92. That's my Twitter. Maybe you're, I don't know. I had an old Twitter. I don't know if you guys are following that. If you are, I don't go on that one no more. It's at jskeleton92. So I'm always somewhere. You can check all the links down in the description below for all that stuff. Again, let me know if you guys have any questions. I apologize that music has been a little bit quieter lately, but those are my plans moving forward. Hopefully I can execute them the way I'm planning, but it's going to be a lot of work. Bear with me. And, you know, again, I hope to talk to you guys soon. I hope to see you guys around more of, you know, the other areas where I am online, like my gaming channels, or Twitch, or Twitter, or wherever else, and on this channel, my music channel. So hope to see you guys more. Thanks for watching. Sorry for dragging this video. I'll see you guys soon. And I appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. Thanks for sticking with me. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later.